Hi, my name's Anna, and I'm coming to you from House of Reptiles in Tigard, Oregon. And today we're going to talk about Varanus acantharus, also known as the spiny-tailed monitor, the ridge-tailed monitor, or the Ackie. These guys are a dwarf species and pretty awesome. If you don't have space for a very large monitor, sometimes these can be a good choice. They have all the attitude of a big monitor, just in a slightly smaller package. They come from arid areas of Australia. They get up to about 24 inches maximum, and I'm going to pull this guy out of his enclosure so we can take a look at him while we talk about their care. A little more wiggly now. Alright, so these guys are an Australian species. They live in very rocky, arid areas. Males and females get to about the same length. Males just have a wider head and body. When keeping them in captivity, they have some very specific needs that can be a little bit difficult for some keepers to meet. I wouldn't call them a beginner species, but for those who can give them what they need, they're fantastic captives. As far as enclosures go, you're going to want something that is at least the equivalent of a 40-gallon. The reason for this is that these guys are extremely active in spite of their small size, and also because they need very high basking temperatures. What they require is a basking spot of 120 to 130 degrees Fahrenheit, which can be quite dangerous in a very small cage. You need to give them the chance to thermoregulate, so a cage that is at least 40 gallons gives them the chance to cool off while still having the basking temperatures that they need. In order to reach those high basking temperatures, what we have found that works is using halogen spotlights. They're really the only bulbs that can reach the high temperatures that these guys need. And what we do here is we do a combination of a halogen spotlight and a mercury vapor bulb. Mercury vapor bulbs are an excellent addition. They help keep the temperature up as well as giving these guys some UVB. There is a lot of controversy about whether monitors need UVB light or not. But because these guys are active during the day, we feel that it is most likely beneficial to them. So yeah, as long as you keep in mind the fact that you may need more than one bulb to reach the appropriate basking temperatures, you should be able to get where you need to go. As far as setting up the enclosure, using a commercial soil sand mixture, using aspen or reptile sand are some good choices. Gives these guys the chance to dig around a little bit and is also easy to spot clean. As far as furniture goes, giving them slate or rocks or half logs and things like that they're excellent. You're going to want to make sure that they are on the bottom of the cage instead of sitting on top of the substrate. These guys are diggers, and if they dig underneath stuff that is sitting on top of the substrate, they might well just squish themselves, and that's obviously not a beneficial thing. Giving them access to a water dish and considering soaking them in a shallow, tepid water bath once a week is a good idea. Even though they come from arid areas, they do burrow, and they do need to keep their hydration levels up to be healthy and happy. We keep their lights on a 12-hour cycle here. Doing a 12 to 14-hour daytime cycle is a good amount. At nighttime, their temperatures can drop down to 70 or 75 degrees. If your house is within that range, you can just turn everything off and let it cool down. That's a good thing for them. It actually does get cooler at night where they come from. As far as diet goes, a varied diet is very important with most reptiles and amphibians. These guys will eat crickets, they'll eat roaches and superworms, mealworms, waxworms, black soldier fly larvae. As they get larger, they will eat frozen thawed small mice, and ground turkey can be added to the diet as well. No matter what you are feeding, a good quality calcium supplement is an important addition, just to make sure that they're getting everything they need to keep their bones healthy and strong. When they are babies, feeding them daily is a good idea, but as they get to juvenile or subadult up to adult status, feeding them every other day is fine. This guy is a juvenile coming up on subadult size, so as you can see they stay pretty dinky. So if you can take care of the specialized care needs that they have, these guys make excellent pets. They can live 10 to 20 years. Some people have had excellent success with keeping them in colonies. If you do so, you do not want more than one male in a cage. They will most certainly fight. There is no guarantees that groups will get along well, but some people have made it work. If you keep more than one, just be prepared that you may need to separate them. Aside from that, these are awesome little lizards and make fantastic pets if you're willing to fulfill their needs.